What is happening, people? It is Brian, Alsruhe, NEVERsate.com, and I am finally starting to feel a little bit better, a little bit like my old self. And before I even get into the video, guys, I just want to say thank you to each and every single one of you who chose to buy one of those bodyweight programs that I just put out. It has been absolutely overwhelming. You guys needed something to do at home. I needed a little bit of help as a small business owner. We helped each other out, and it has been absolutely amazing. I thank you guys so much. I am so thankful. What I have decided to do is give away 7 of my 12-week personalized programs, and many of you are already entered in that contest, because all that you needed to do is either buy that 6-week program, or if you do end up purchasing it before midnight tonight, Tuesday, midnight tonight, if you do end up purchasing it, then you're just automatically entered. Basically, I'm going to take all the names of the people who did purchase one of those programs. I'm going to choose 7 of them, and then I'm going to email you, and all 7 of those people are going to get a personalized program, 12 weeks long. It is a $150 value, so hopefully just say thank you to you guys. It should be good. Then if and when the world ever returns to normal, when you go back to the gym, you will have a brand new program to go ahead and start and hopefully just destroy your old PRs and catch back up to where you were and have no problems. We will be announcing the winner of that on Thursday morning, and also the company that does the t-shirts for me, Loyal Brand. I don't own that company, but they do make our t-shirts, and they are having an absolute massive sale. So if you guys are interested in getting any NEVERsate gear, it is cheaper now than it ever has been and ever probably will be. So if you are interested in that, I will also leave a link to that in the description down below, as well as all the timestamps and everything else. And I do apologize for all of that. Now on to today's video. So with these bodyweight programs, I've gotten a ton of emails back of people saying, I didn't realize that a bodyweight program could be harder than what I'm currently doing in the gym. And trust me, people, it absolutely can be. Now, there could be a couple reasons for this. Number one, you were doing something completely different than you've ever done before. This is the case for everyone in their home workouts, and I'm sure plenty of you are experiencing a little bit of an adjustment period to whatever it is that you are deciding to do to stay in shape. But if what you are choosing to do is either my bodyweight program or another intense bodyweight program, then you could be doing some real conditioning for the first time in your life, or the first time in a very long time. If you're used to the pace of a powerlifter where you take long breaks between your sets, or a strongman where you need to kind of revitalize before you get into something, then something like a conditioning program, especially just bodyweight, is going to hit you a good bit different. Now, for many people, that has kind of manifested in the way of vomiting or feeling sick and nauseous, which is a completely normal thing. In fact, that's not even truly an indicator of your shape. Now, for some people, if you're getting nauseous, it can absolutely be because you are just out of shape and you're not used to conditioning, and it's just your body revolting against all that. However, there is a certain amount of the public who will just feel nauseous or get dizzy and feel like they're gonna pass out whenever they are doing exercise, like exercise-induced vomiting. Now, speaking as a man who has a disease who makes him throw up 30 to 50 times a day, every single day, and it's been like that for about 3 years now, I know a little bit about vomiting, and what I'm gonna talk to you guys about today are 4 different tips that you can absolutely do that should help remedy a little bit of that nausea and that exercise-induced kind of pukey feeling. However, the very first tip that I'd like to give you guys today is called blowing out the first lung. Now, if you're involved in combat sports or fighting in any sort of way, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. For everyone else, you can kind of consider this like regulating your breathing. And what I mean is that if I asked you right now to go out and run 2 miles as fast as you could, and you are not a regular runner, that is not something that you regularly do, for most of you, the first half mile of that run is going to be the hardest part of the entire thing. And the reason why is because your body is trying to regulate, it's trying to catch up to what in the heck you just plummeted itself into. You went from 0 to 60, and now it's got to try to play catch up until it finally regulates, and then the run will become much more enjoyable and you will actually feel better. This is the same exact reason why when you see a fighter get into the cage or the ring, they're already sweating. They've been backstage hitting mitts, they've been grappling, they've been pummeling. They go into that ring already have been breathing hard. They've been sweating. Literally sweat is dripping off of them. Their mind is awake, their body is awake, they are loose, they are ready to go. But so many people in the strength world look at, if I expend any amount of energy before the one big push that I need to make, then it's going to take away from it. But that's not really how the human body works. If you look at a sprinter or anyone that has to do something very explosive, or a thrower in the Olympics, some of the most explosive people in the entire world, do you really think that they did not throw one thing whatsoever leading up to that one world championship throw? No, absolutely not. When you see a sprinter take off for a 200-meter race in the Olympics, that's not the first sprint that they did. They have been sprinting a lot. They're coming in sweating. They're coming in warm. Their bodies are ready to go. However, in the strength community, for whatever reason, we think if we do like 1 or 2 extra sets or we warm up a little bit before we go, that's just going to take away from all our strength and we're not going to be able to get anything done. But again, it's just not true. If you are like most people, when you go to jump into one of these bodyweight workouts, you don't treat it like a normal workout like you would if you were going to go do a set of squats. You didn't warm up into it. Somebody said go and you started moving. Now, basically what you did is you went 0 to 60, and for lack of a more scientific term, you basically went into a little bit of a mini shock. The blood that is typically around your core, your stomach, your important vital organ type of things start spreading out to your extremities, to your hands, to your feet, to the areas that you need because you are using them in a very violent, explosive, and quick manner. And your body's kind of thinking that it needs that blood there now because obviously you are in a state that it needs to perform. However, the act of transporting that blood makes a lot of people nauseous. So in order for you to have that first lung blown out, as well as avoid that kind of crashing 0 to 60 type of moment, if you're one of those people that kind of experiences that, what I recommend that you do is just start out 10 to 15 minutes beforehand and get your body moving. For some people, that's gonna be a jog. For some people, that is gonna be ground movement drills. Whatever you need to do, just get your body moving, get your body sweating, get your body breathing hard, blow out that first lung, do some explosive movements, take off for a fast sprint, do something that is going to get your body woken up enough that when you go into your first set of whatever this body weight experience is going to be, that it's almost like you were on set 4 or 5 of your squats. You know how set 4 of your squat feels a lot better than set 1 of your squat? Well, there's a reason for that. And same thing here. Just do whatever you need to do, not to exhaust yourself, but get your body warmed up. Get your body primed and prepared for the battle that's about ready to take place so you can attack it instead of just kind of going into it completely cold and like you rolled out with like bedhead and then somebody says go and you start doing burpees. Well, your body is going to revolt on that. So first thing is blow out the first lung before you really get into the main portion of the workout, and you will be shocked at how much better you're going to perform and how much better you're going to feel. Second reason why some people may be feeling nauseous or dizzy during some form of intense workout is simply that they are dehydrated. And the problem with dehydration is that if you're dehydrated now, there's not a whole lot that you can do about it. When you're talking about hydrating for what you are currently about to do, you need to start thinking about what you did yesterday, what you did last night, what was happening 12 hours ago, 6 hours ago. All of that is going to go into your performance now. Now, if you are already dehydrated, then you are gonna feel a little bit more nausea just in general. It's just your body responding to it. However, the reason why a lot of people end up feeling nauseous if they are a little bit dehydrated is because they try to cram for their hydration the same way that they would for like an algebra exam. They think to the very last minute, they're thinking, oh, I haven't drank any water, I need to stick a bunch in, and then they become kind of a sloshing water balloon when they drop down to do some burpees, and that water is going to escape somewhere. So just like if this was a very important bench workout for you, you need to plan for this, right? Think about the night before, think about the day before, how what you're eating, what you're drinking is going to be affecting your performance the next day, because honestly, guys, you can't play catch up when it comes to those sorts of things. But one thing you can definitely count on is if you are dehydrated, then your nausea tolerance is definitely not going to be where it could be. Which directly leads me to tip number 3 on how to be a little bit less nauseous during intense workouts, and that is to sip some sort of simple sugar solution. That was a lot of S's during the workout. So for a lot of people, basically your blood sugar is going normal, and then when you start kind of bombing into a workout, sometimes your blood sugar can kind of crash as well. And when that happens, a common side effect is that you feel nauseous. So for some people, sipping, and I'm talking sipping, not chugging Gatorade, trying to get like rock gut throughout your burpees. I'm saying sipping some sort of liquid that has some simple sugars in it might be able to help stabilize that blood sugar and make you feel much better throughout the workout. For some people, this seems to have like miraculous effects, and some people it seems to do absolutely nothing. So go at it tentatively, but don't take in too much. I'm not talking about drinking an entire like orange juice or Gatorade or whatever sports drink or whatever you are going to do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying just take small sips throughout. Just try to keep things more stable instead of so EKG-like. And then finally, point number 4, which seems like the most common sense, is just be cognizant of how much food you have in your belly. So many people have this belief that they need to eat before they train. And guys, maybe that's you, maybe it's not you. I personally have never experienced once in my life ill effects from not eating before I train, but that is me. I'm not saying that is you. I would venture to guess that you don't need your exact 3.5 meals with 67.3% of your carbohydrates beforehand. I think a lot of people take the nutrition aspect and a lot of those things a little bit too seriously. I think it absolutely matters if you are an elite athlete looking at world championships and things like that. But most likely, if you are listening to me, my level is nowhere near a point where I really need to worry about that stuff at all. And most likely, yours isn't either. So don't stress about it too much. What I would tell you is if you do feel like you need a little bit of food in your belly before you work out, then I would just tell you to eat long enough prior that it's not shaking around in there when you start jumping around and being an idiot, like me. Now, maybe some people enjoy the feeling of having a full belly when they're doing their squats or their deadlifts or their bench press or whatever the case may be. But I can guarantee if you are doing something athletic like calisthenics, bodyweight exercises, jujitsu, rolling, fighting, anything like that, then having a more empty stomach or an emptier stomach will absolutely make you feel better, lighter, more athletic, and able to do the things that you need to do. So if you are at home doing bodyweight workouts or more athletic things just in general, then I would recommend probably eating a little bit less, or just remember what your mom told you when you were a little kid when she was like, hey Jimmy, wait 30 minutes before you get in the pool because you're gonna get cramps. Same exact thing here. Just allow enough time for that food to at least digest enough that it's not rattling around in there when you start doing burpees. Anyway, guys, that's what I have for you today. I hope that does help some of you out. Again, I thank you guys so much for all the support on those bodyweight programs. If you guys did want to be in the running for a free personalized program, again, I'm giving away 7 of them on Thursday morning. So all that you need to do to be entered is to purchase the program. So if you've already done that, then absolutely you're already entered. If you do that before midnight tonight, Tuesday, then you're entered as well. Now, guys, I will say about the programs, I am doing them all myself. So when you guys order it and you get an email, I sent it. It's not an automatic email. I have made some mistakes. I apologize to you guys. It's a lot. Next time, I absolutely will have it set up for the automatic response. But this time it's been kind of cool because a lot of people were having some interaction. So it's been nice to talk to a lot of you and meet some of you, and just, it's been a really, really cool experience. And I can't thank you guys enough, but I did want to give back by giving away those free programs. So if you guys are interested, you're entered if you bought a program. So thank you guys so much. If you guys were looking for any type of NEVERsate clothes, gear, then absolutely head over to theloyalbrand.com. They will have all of that on a massive sale. I hope all of you are at home, being safe, being smart, doing what you can do. Guys, just remember priorities. 2 months ago, your bench press seemed very, very important. Now, like, being able to find hand sanitizer and dog food and water is very, very important. So just keep things in perspective. Hug your loved ones, because there's a lot of really crazy stuff that just around me changed like overnight. So it's a scary world out there right now, guys. Just take care of each other and just, yeah. So I thank you guys so much for everything. I do hope this helped you out, and I hope you guys get a little bit less nauseous as you're going through this personalized pro or this bodyweight program. So thank you guys. I will catch up with you guys later in the week. Until I do go out, do something amazing with you guys. Keep working hard, people. I'm stuttering all over the place. I gotta stop.